Hello, welcome to UW River Falls Money Matters presentation for student billing. My name is Cheryl Schmidt and I'm the bursar in the student billing office. Today I'm going to give you an overview of how student billing is handled on our campus. The responsibility of student billing is to bill tuition and fees and collect payment. We bill all academic fees, tuition, seg fees, special course fees, online fees, housing, dining charges, and also athletic team fees. The types of questions that we receive are: what are my charges? When is my payment due? What payment methods are accepted? So let's get into answering some of those questions. All tuition charges are billed and placed on students' ESIS student accounts. ESIS stands for Electronic Student Information System, and it's a hub of information for each student. For fall, we will be billing tuition in early August. The charges will be visible on each student's account, and they'll receive an email saying that your tuition has been billed and is on your account. We don't send any paper bill. It's all on their account. I'd like to give you an example of what that looks like by viewing inside of our ESIS system. So this is the landing page for a student when they log into ESIS. And it's got a section for academics at the top. It's got a finances section in the middle. And on the bottom, it's got personal information. We're going to focus on the finance section and take a look at what's inside. Under my account, there's billing statement. There's a pending aid link. Under financial aid, there's view financial aid, a link to the UW River Falls scholarships. And under refunds, there's direct deposit sign-up link. In the center of the page, there's a box. If the student had any charges at this time, it would show what the outstanding charges were. And there's a button for making a payment. This information is all at your fingertips once a student logs in. And where we're going to focus right now is the billing statement. By clicking that link, it's going to take us to their billing summary page for that student. It lists the most recent billing, which is summer in this case, and it shows that the payment's due on May 28th. It also shows, as I said, there's no current balance due. We actually are going to be refunding this student $650. So there's a credit balance in front of this amount. Down at the bottom of the page is print statement of account. I'm going to click that button, and that's going to show a cumulative billing statement for this student. It looks much like one would expect if you'd want to actually print out a billing statement and take a look at it. It's got the student's information at the top, the most recent billing term, and then by term, it shows the different charges. So segregated fees is grouped together. This student is an MBA student, so their tuition is listed. Total charges, they received a federal emergency relief grant, and that's the $650 that we're going to be refunding. They made an e-check payment, and so their balance, not due, but that we owe them, is $650. And it shows this by term cumulatively, so you can see all of the previous terms that are here. We take a look at last fall, their tuition is listed, their segregated fees, they had a direct loan, they made an e-check payment, and their balance is $0 for last fall. So this information is available on students' ESIS accounts at any point in time, 24 hours, 7 days a week. And it will also update if additional fees have been put on later in the term. This will change. It's a dynamic billing account. So taking that back, going back to our presentation. The next item I'd like to talk about is UWRF email notifications. Email is our official communication with students, and all students now have a UWRF email account. It's where we will notify them that we have placed tuition on their account. Or if they have a financial aid award, they will get an email. If they're due a refund, they'll get an email that it has processed. And all 1098-T tax information, we notify them when things are available through email. So I would encourage students to get in the habit of checking their email at least weekly so that they can be in the know about things pertaining to their account. Granting access to others is something that I like to point out because students can grant access to parents or family members so that they can go in ESIS and view information that they may need to see. They can allow access in 3 different areas: billing information and the ability to make a payment on the account, financial aid award information, and grades. They can do any of those 3 combinations. It's a simple process to do it. The student would just log into ESIS and create an account for the person that they want to grant access to. That person would then have their own Falcon login, and they would log in and be able to look at the information that they need to. One other reason this is important to do is if, say, a parent or family member wants to call our student billing office and just ask questions about the account, we would need to see that the student has granted you access to be able to talk about the billing account. So without this having been done, we wouldn't be able to give you the details on the student's account. Fall payment options. So the due date for fall tuition is September 23rd. The options are you can pay that in full on that day, or if you'd like, you can pay half of the balance due, less any pending aid that still hasn't applied to your account on that day, and pay the remainder a month later, October 23rd. If you decide to do the splitting the balance in half, there is a fee that applies, and it is 1.25% of the remaining balance due. Payment methods are, one of the simplest ways is to pay online through the student's ESIS account. Students can automatically do that, and parents or family members can do that if they're granted access. You can also mail a payment to student billing. Our address is UWRF Student Billing, 410 South 3rd Street, 215 North Hall, River Falls, Wisconsin, 54022. For our Minnesota resident students, I want to point out that there is a special tuition rate that the student would need to apply for to receive. It's called a Minnesota reciprocity rate. If you are a Minnesota resident, you apply for this reciprocity rate with the Minnesota Office of Higher Education. I have the website listed on the slide, but you can also go on to Google and type in Minnesota Office of Higher Education, Minnesota reciprocity rate, and you'll come up with their page. You just enter the student's information and you click on fiscal year 2021 because that's the year that you'll be coming in for the fall year, and enter your information, and at the bottom after you click submit, they will tell you whether you've been approved for the rate. The rate is important because it is much lower than a non-resident tuition rate. You want to get this rate so that your tuition can be comparable to what you would be paying if you went to a Minnesota State school. I encourage all students to sign up for direct depositing of their refunds. It's the quickest way to get your money back to you. We have a vendor who processes our direct depositing refunds, Heartland ECSI, and their product is Refund Select. So all students in their UWRF emails will have received an email from our vendor. It would be from cservice@ecsi.net. And they're asking for you to enroll in direct depositing of refunds. That's a legitimate vendor. It's not a scam email. It connects their process to our ESYS system, and refunds can be received once we process them in as little as 2 to 3 days versus a check in the mail, which we have found either got lost or got destroyed and didn't make it to students. So we've eliminated using paper checks, and all we do are direct deposit refunds. So if we think about the ESYS page we were on, there's a link in that ESYS page to sign up for direct deposit. You can do it that way, but also we have a tutorial for how to do it if you need any help. And that's a great lead in here for ESYS tutorials. I have a website listed on our UWRF website, but also in the ESYS landing page we looked at, to the right side of the menu, there is a link for ESYS tutorials. And they've all been written for different things that students will need to do when they're in ESYS. And it kind of walks them through the steps to getting that billing statement, or looking at their pending aid, or how to make an electronic check payment. They're all detailed out there. So in case students or parents get stuck, they can take a look at those tutorials. You can always contact our office too, Student Billing, and we're happy to help you. So I just wanted to also say that all of the information covered in this course is available on a student's ESYS account or on our website. And I would encourage you to take a look at our student billing website that's on our uwrf.edu webpage. And I thank you for your time.